to the Wandering Dotterel.
This is not a dream.
So being a pastor's kid made things more difficult for me because when my dad got his first church, we moved to the small town where I started high school. And instantly the kids knew to pick on me. And of course, there were no individuals that were attending the church. It was a very small congregation, and we had to bring in the people to the congregation to fill the church. And of course, my friends did not fit my dad's idea of his sheep, of his congregation, because they were of different religions and different backgrounds, and the town was very small. And so news moves fast in a small town, and people gossip and cause issues. And I had already been running away and sneaking out before we moved to that small town. But it made it worse because, of course, my dad had to keep his airs about him, his lifestyle, and his knowledge of the Bible, and the way he treated everyone around him was the going thing. It was the new thing. And so we had to follow suit everywhere we went, and I had to fit in that certain criteria, or I was definitely ostracized by my own family, which I already was. I had to stay in my yard. I couldn't go outside the fenced yard. I couldn't leave my room. I couldn't have friends over. And in order for me to gain any type of school outing, I had to get the best grades possible. And all the while I was spacing out all the time at school, sitting there spacing out because of all the trauma and all of the issues I was having with my mental health and traumatic brain injury and Lyme disease and other things that were going on. And so not only was I having problems in school, I was having problems at home where I would have to sit at the table regularly to gain those activities outside of the home, like school functions and going to people's houses. I had to sit at the table and read my Bible. Yes, I was sitting at my Bible. I was sitting at the table reading my Bible, and I would have to quote scripture in order to do any activities or go anywhere. The other experiences I had during high school, which didn't last very long because I only went to the first quarter of 10th grade, but it was long enough for me to find out how much the people around me were in a clique or a group. And I tried my best to make friends, and I had a couple of friends that I thought were my forever buddies. And being the young person that didn't have friends over, they weren't allowed to come in my house, but I could go to their house occasionally, and sometimes I slept over at a couple of different people's houses, and the experiences were quite different. And the one experience was when I thought I had a boyfriend, and he ended up being the guy who had 8 girlfriends. And this was all going on behind my back, and they thought it was funny. They thought it was funny to harass and stalk and mock and make fun of the other people in the school. And so I got a firsthand experience of how the world was and how people thought they were and how narcissistic people are. It was quite traumatic. My first experiences with high school were absolutely atrocious. I started the first days of freshman year being picked on.
Ready, go!
This is your host, the Dingy Dotterel. Welcome to the Wandering Dotterel.